lanes with Tracer, farm up pulse bombs, and look for picks. So it's a great map for them. Hooligan likes to play a lot of Anubarak more than really anyone else in the league right now. It's another great map for that. We're just going to be on this map screen forever, so I don't know if we'll ever find out what they're going to play.
Well, I'm just really curious which maps are picked and which maps are banned, Wolf. Okay, finally we've established that and are into our second draft phase of my HGC Phase 2 experience. So Ballistix obviously up a game. It doesn't totally mean that it's going to be that 3-0. I was talking to young G-Clef earlier to get a feel about how today's games might go in contrast to yesterday's games. And he felt like it was going to be a little bit more difficult to have as clear 3-0s as we did yesterday. But I don't think Ballistix agrees.
Yeah, so Tracer gets banned here right away, and they are going to just remove that right off the bat. So playing into the strengths of, or trying to ban away the strengths of SC, one of his best heroes, because Hanzo's a little bit less meta now. Vala is completely done, so you're focused now on the DPS. Tracer carried that game, 50k hero damage, as we saw in the chart afterwards. A great map to roam. And I think this kind of puts a wrench into the gears of Ballistix, as you can see a little bit of time now spent on the second ban. They could just go back to the Malfurion ban they used previously. It looks like they may want to shift gears to grabbing Malfurion themselves.
So either Malfurion or, Genji is always a hero that I would associate very highly with Frankel. Banned, and then the Tracer was picked in the first rotation. Of course, those are two of his big comfort picks. So denying both of those would be, it would make a lot of sense to me. It always makes sense to ban Genji. That's what I always do in my games. But it is going to be that consistent Malfurion ban by Ballistix.
This does leave Johanna open, but they will take the Genji.
Yeah, there it is. With
two of the most iconic Frankel and SC heroes, basically Tracer's banned, you have Genji available. It's going to be a high priority pick. And now with the Malfurion ban, Ballistix can't rotate into the very common Garrosh Malfurion rotation when Genji is available. This is a fantastic map for Maiev as well, but they're just going to play the draft safe. They take the Johanna early priority, great wave clear, and they take the Blaze so it can't be stolen or banned away. Basically saying, no matter what your burst is or what you're trying to accomplish in your rotations and team fights, I have the bunker. So, it's just a safe rotation. It doesn't take control of the draft, but it's just saying I can respond to anything from here.
Yeah, I have the bunker. I feel like if you're having like philosophical arguments, like, why are we here? What is the purpose of our life in the universe? The counter to that could always be, but I have the bunker. Yeah. And you're just pretty safe in that argument because it just does.
And you're like, and it has a short cooldown. It's like the subtext. Like
somebody's like, well, yeah, but what about and it has a short cooldown? You're like, oh, okay, well, never mind. So that makes a lot of sense. But Karazim, okay, misses the ban phase. We're going to get a chance to see it on Miracle this time around.
Well, this just feels like Miracle is... So they're not only targeting SC's hero pool, but they know that Magi's Stukov has been very weak as of late. And his Rhaegar in the previous set was not bad by any means. It worked really well for the map, like he rotated correctly. Magi's always been a very strong rotational player on support, but his Stukov has been quite weak. Rhaegar, can work with this composition with the strong 2 tanks we already have in the composition. But it feels like with this Karazim pickup, that's obviously quite strong with Genji, you're looking to choke out Magi. So you've taken some of SC's best heroes away, and now you're looking to ban another support hero. Because last game we saw the Karazim ban. It's going to be Hanzo, so back to the SC train. This ban feels a little bit weird compared to just banning the Stukov here and forcing the Rhaegar, just because this is one of Hanzo's worst maps now. In my opinion, Hanzo's kind of up in the air in the meta right now because he's been nerfed so many times. He's mostly just used on Battlefield of Eternity and on maps with bosses. This map does have a boss, but it's it's not the focal point of the map by any means.
So the Hanzo ban, I guess trying to say, hey, if you want to play Stukov, then that's something that they think is maybe weak enough not to warrant that ban. I don't know, but still, it's going to be cool to see what SC wants to do now that his pool has been so kind of limited, because he's kind of the star of the show in the game one.
What's interesting is SC can make a big statement here. Vala is a hero that can be played with Ariel and Tassadar, 2 heroes that are available, but he's going to move away. We're going to see the Rhaegar come through again, the wave clear, and for the burst healing that Johanna and Blaze both benefit from. This is not the reworked Rhaegar with nerfed Ancestral and cooldown reduction on his Q. That is going to be coming in, I assume, 2 weeks' time, but this is not that patch. We're still playing on Urel.
Reworked Rhaegar is the same patch as reworked
Urel, yeah.
So,
but I don't think that patch is the Asmodee Rainer, but we'll talk about it later. That's in the future.
Neither here nor there.
But anyway, this is not reworked Rhaegar with the cooldown changes and the burst heal changes. So, just to remind everyone, this is not like a new meta. This is just Moggy avoiding the Stukov and getting choked out a little bit. Yeah,
we're not quite into hashtag not my ancestral territory yet, but it's still going to be there, so still very, very beneficial for the strong tank lineup that Ballistix has. So, last 2 picks here for Miracle, and it is going to be, okay, Chromie, Malthael.
Chromie has been seen by many as to be a soft counter to the bunker, the same way that Ariel, was somewhat countered by Chromie in the past, because when you use the Aegis, you know where your target is going to be. You cannot miss if you use it correctly. You can hit the bunker and blow it up with the Dragon's Breath, or you can, as you destroy the bunker, destroy everyone inside as they try to get out. They're going to have the armor, sure, but it's an interesting pick here, because otherwise, there's no great target for this, and they don't have any CC to line it up with. My guess is we're going to see last rights. We're going to see them try to blow up Johanna and use 7-sided strike. The Chromie pick here, though, feels a little bit out there. It's been an old staple pick of Miracle, but that was when Crazy Moving was on the roster. The Malthael is for 2 reasons. You're going to win the Soul Lane matchup, which is not that important on this battleground, but you win that. But you also get that last right's explosive damage on this super tanky front line. Ballistix just going to go with Lunara here. The Lunara pick is going to be very strong against Karzim, as we were talking about yesterday. Jikov and I, you have to group up to get the heals from Karzim, and then you're going to be eating all that damage over time, and the AoE from Lunara. And also, she's great for Nature's Calling on this map for really pushing with the Web Weavers hard. She scales well into the late game if you end up going there. So just a good pick overall.
Wow, well, I guess it doesn't get much different than that between drafts 1 and 2. Obviously, of course, a very different map. Much, much smaller this time. I'm still really liking Ballistix. It doesn't seem like, even though they are not quite the super ultra strong dominant roster that they used to be, they still look pretty good coming up against this kind of new quantity that Miracle is, with all the hype behind them coming into this season. I do want to see a better showing here from Nacho Jin. He kind of did a whole lot of solo laning, as I guess you are wont to do.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see SC on the Phoenix. I was concerned we might see a role swap there with SC, who's played 5 games career on the Lunara, and he's had a storied career, so. Sniper will be the Chromie player, with Franco going to that, very famous Genji you were alluding to as we head into the draft.
Yep, always a pleasure to see Franco on Genji. I want to see if he does that thing where he goes behind enemy lines and tries to take down a well early on. I don't think he's going to have that opportunity.
Yeah, we call that a relic. Because,
a relic?
Yeah, because Relic was the first player to consistently do that in Heroes of the Storm, but he's been banned from professional play, so. We'll still use the term, but that's all that will live on for this year for Relic in this tournament. But yeah, he was the first player to always try to backdoor that, and only on BOE really, and occasionally Dragonshire. But he's not going to do it here. Too risky, especially with how passively Ballistix was playing the level 1 fight. Every time blocking the minions.
Every time I would think that something would be too risky for Frankel to do, I would almost always say that and then immediately see him do that. So, never going to make that mistake again. We'll see what he's able to accomplish here. Snipers in the mid-wave clearing and using his, I forget what am I supposed to call Chromie? It's like it was a sand...
Sand Blast.
Okay.
And a Dragon's Breath.
That's true. But
I mean, you can make up your own words for him too, and everyone will accept that, but...
I think as long as I call, Chromie a gnome and not a dragon, I'll be okay.
You can also call her long-ranged attack a Q and her burst, area effect a W. You can call her time trap an E if that's easier for you.
But lore names for abilities! Somebody put a whole 10 minutes into thinking about what we're supposed to name all of these wacky things, just to make it harder for new HGC casters like me to learn everything.
He'll get there eventually. It takes us all a long time. Only Gilly knows everything, but we're all just trying to get there one cast at a time, one prep at a time. Not everyone can be Gilly on their first time in phase 2
She did
here.
this thing in chat where like people would ask names of like random wacky heroes' abilities. She just knew every single one of them. Like, okay, well, you know, maybe in a few hundred years I'll be there, but one step at a time. The journey of 1,000 abilities starts with a single HGC cast.
That's right. One day at a time, one step at a time. I know you'll make it. I have faith.
Well, her team's coming up later, so maybe we'll get a chance to revisit this. But at least for the time being, I don't think we've seen anything super iconic. Judy is very well aware of his job, which is walking as far forward as possible, sometimes a little bit too far. But this is, I guess, substantially less of a you know, pick and blow up comp than we saw in Game 1.
It's interesting this game has become a 1-3-1 because they're trying to get as many stacks for Chromie as possible, so she's just trying to aggressively hit people. So Ballistix has taken a defensive stance. It became the support solo lane top and the, you know, melee solo lane bottom with this traditional one between Blaze and Malthael. So Malthael's winning that out right now. The top lane's been pretty neutral because Miracle has been rotating up to support Karazim, even though he doesn't have the wave clear that Rhaegar does. But they've been pushing mid hard. They've been getting a lot of stacks. So I want to give a slight lead to Miracle because they had the lead in the lane as well with that pressure, like the mid lane, which is the most important lane to control to turn in because you can turn in both sides from the mid lane. They have a gem advantage right now, and that's super important. I mean, in terms of turned in. Otherwise, we're very close. Both teams have a potential turn in if they get all gems in, but Miracle is just like 2 sets away, essentially, from just dropping those in and having the first web weaver. They need to make sure they get it, too, because now that Nature's Culling is up for Lunara, the pushing power for Ballistix is way better than theirs in terms of wave clear. They have Chromie, but they don't have any siege otherwise.
We're looking at 22 gems, so he's about halfway through that channel. Very, very close, but I don't think that's going to be quite that easy for him. Nitrogen actually kind of losing that 1v1 and has to head back to base, and
SDE gets blown up meanwhile. Franco going to go ahead and use that deflect a little bit early there. A little bit premature, but it'll be alright. Not going to be able to get a turn in here, though, because of the low health nature. Chromie going back to a more standard build than what we saw yesterday versus Sergeant Hammer with the reveal. So she has vision to you know, poke at everyone, and then has the auto attacks, which just consistently increases her damage. Hooligan should get this turn in. No one to deny, unfortunately.
yeah, it's a lot of gems, and it is going to be the first web weavers of the map. I don't think that... Oh, wow, I was a little bit worried for Hooligan there, but Jonga came up just in time. So, you know, with the first turn-in going to Ballistix, you were saying that that was something that would benefit Miracle a lot, but you know, they weren't able to make it happen. So, how much does this set them back?
I mean, it definitely will set them back a lot, but they're going to capitalize on this moment. Look at this damage coming through from SDE. Everyone is burning. This is going to really, I mean, I was going to say it's going to set them back. They went for a good fight, but they were turned on right away. They got forced away, so sure, they got the kill here. But this is such a great setup now for Ballistix to get multiple walls. And look at Lunara in the top lane. I mean, she's pushing super hard versus a Chromie. As long as she doesn't get blown up by a combo, she's going to be fine. She rotates down here now to further the damage, because Nature's Culling is just going to do so much. Look at how quickly these mains go down to her auto attacks. And look at the structures as well. Just burning this down, doing so much massive damage. She's so powerful on this battleground for that reason. Judy,
wait, what?
Really?
Why is Judy that far forward? He's going to go down pretty instantly. Okay, not quite as instantly as I thought, but still, it's a casualty, a tragedy here for Miracle. Although with Phoenix getting taken out too, that really does lower the amount of damage Ballistic has.
I mean, it could have been phenomenal if they had gotten that kill without Judy dying. Judy dying is not even related to the to that kill, so it's not like it was a sacrificial kill. It was just a positional mistake. It was he took the wrong pathing to get back to where he was going. Might have been looking at the tab screen or something while he just right-clicked on the map, but he got caught. He's dead. Ballistix gets 10. They almost have enough for the double turn-in. And something else we didn't talk about Lunara is she's very powerful against Genji in the matchup there. You can see if Frankel tries to get on top of her, she just continues to auto-attack him, and deflect only mitigates the damage over time for a second, but like it's slow sustained damage. It's not burst being deflected. So he just still takes tick damage over and over and over again. It's not a good matchup for the Genji in terms of DPS versus DPS. So, you know, the onus here really is on Sniper with this Chromie to get picks. He's gotten a lot of stacks, but he hasn't been getting the kills they need. and he hasn't been able to deny these turn-ins.
Judy going forward, trying to catch out SC. Of course, just to warp away. Now Frankel, man, Frankel is just having such a hard time getting any damage done. You can see instantaneously focused as soon as he's in the front line and forced to back out now at half health. So really going to be a little bit rough, and even Judy having some struggles, not taking too much damage.
I mean, SDE is just untouched. He's doing so much free damage in the back line. They're trying to blow up SC, even committing the X strike here, not going to work. They're trying to blow him up, utilizing the stun coming through from Muradin, and the, or sorry, SDE, not SC. The stun coming through from Muradin, and they're trying to commit to, you know, all these blasts coming through from Sniper. It's just not working. They do get the web weaver turn in because they, you know, committed that heroic with the X strike, went in for a deep fight. But look at how much damage this is going to do compared to Ballistix attack. Miracle's attack is going to do much less versus Lunara comp versus the Phoenix composition. This first web weaver is already dead before it really even touches the wall. Yeah, and the top web weaver is actually, the wave was so far pushed that it's just going to take it so long to even hit that wall. Bottom might actually get some damage done unless somebody goes down there from Ballistix, and so that might actually be pretty useful. But top will actually hit the wall here, but I think Ballistix actually might use this as a big opportunity to start something. Yeah, they don't have Blaze here, so it's going to be hard to heavy engage, but they certainly could collapse in with Hooligan if Lunara does enough damage here. You can see SD just dodges that wave there. That's going to be the final web weaver going down, so well, Blaze could hit the last two at the bottom one, but it did the most damage, as you say. The one that ends up being solo usually does. But Ballistix is still in a fantastic position. They have more gems turned in. As long as they can get the double. Hold on. Here's the jump on the Magi. Okay. He's in wolf form. Yeah, another huge X strike in the backline. This time it might be the opportunity for Frankel, but he can't kill Magi. Oh my god, and now a huge salvo coming out from SC. The five-man. Everyone back. Miracle just totally routed after going so deep for a kill they couldn't convert on. Once we get to see later on, you know, potentially unfair advantage, it's a lot of other synergies are going to work with Lunara and the salvo. There's going to be so much extra bonus damage. Notice they wait at the turn-in at 54 out of 55 to start this camp, because if you turn the web weavers, the camps get disabled. You can't actually start them. But if you start before the turn-in, you can have the camp on top of the web weavers, so they time that really well. And now, you know, Ballistix is just going to rotate in to, again, have a massive push. They have great siege with Lunara, who now has, you know, her Thornwood Vine for extra pushing power. They've got SC, who's got great wave clear and range. So Miracle is probably going to lose a fort minimum with this push. Keep Wall is going to be under duress here in mid. And they can poke with Chromie all they want, but it's so hard to collapse. X-Strike's going to be up into 10. In 10 seconds they have 7-sided, but we're seeing Hooligan do such a good job at staying in the front line, absorbing that damage, and deflecting most of it away. His blinds have been phenomenal. Now this is just looking disastrous for Miracle now. The game is really running away from them. They might even lose 2 forts here. Crucially differently compared to Miracle's previous turn-in, Ballistix is actually pushing in both top and mid right up until these keeps, and I think this is, if it goes terribly badly, Miracle might just lose the game, but they're going to try to turn things around. Okay, SDE's they even committed last rights to SDE. What? He gets in the bunker. That's not the target you want. This fight is over. This game may be over with it. Salvo goes down, only going to hit the one, but this is going to be the wipe to end the game very likely here. X-Strike coming in for Franklin. Doesn't get the kill. He's bleeding out from the Lunara damage. I'm not sure if he's going to make it or not. I think he's going to die here in just a second. There he goes. And boom goes the dynamite. Frankel out of there, and the rest of his team pretty much out of there. About the biggest strategy to a fight you could imagine. That bunker save from the last rights. I was like, is that the way it's supposed to work? Probably not. But for Ballistix, they crush the fight. They take, I think, 2 just 2 keeps down with them, and also notice the mercenary still hitting the wall over there for the lane there. For her, it's got to go clear that one night camp guy over there. Yeah, he hurt that wall over there. The wall still survived. That wall will never be the same. Every game of Heroes of the Storm ever played from this point onward will have a more damaged wall because of that guy. But I mean, now this is 2 keeps down. I said the game is over. And what I meant was, they have 2 keeps down, they will never control gems, they have 50 of 55, they don't even have a turn-in, Ballistix will have one soon. and they have all lanes controlled with better wave clear. If Miracle comes back, it is literally their namesake, a miracle. Bunker used here, but look at the positioning now. They're in a choke. They have to retreat.
Feels Chromie, man. The bunker, again, a great counter to the Chromie existence as a hero.
They picked it into the bunker as well, mind you.
And even with a nice X-Strike right on top, here's the counter salvo engage, and I think this is just really going to end everything. Franklin's gonna die again to the poison. Okay, thankfully, gets a little bit of healing from that fountain.
Yeah, he gets the fountain.
Yeah, he'll be okay for now, but maybe a little bit of a bad memory. But he's forced to go all the way back to base, and this is gonna be the third keep taken.
Yeah. I mean, it's the unfair advantage plus salvo that's working together to just do massive damage to slowed targets. The condemns just make it so easy to do massive damage. I don't even want to see SDE's damage chart after this. It's going to be nasty. This keep will survive for now, but they need 2 more gems to get the turn in. It looks like Miracle can't even keep it alive any longer. They're going to have to rotate away. It's going to go down.
This is where, you know, it's the horror movie and the girl goes to look, like reach up to look underneath the bed. If you're gonna watch that, you might as well just kind of close your eyes, because it's gonna be about as scary here if you're a Miracle fan. Everybody taking so much damage. I don't even know what to say other than we're about to watch a whole lot of Miracle dying, and if unless they can get the Miracle that they're named after, this is all gonna go Ballistix' way.
I mean, the game is definitely over without the craziest comeback of HGC Korea history. They lost Phoenix, and it's a long respawn timer at level 18, so they are just going to have to be content with another web weaver push. Well, they have, you know, pushed out lanes with catapults. They would have liked to got an additional kill, maybe end the game or make a boss play that allows them to get more out of this. But I mean, it's a choose-your-own-adventure ending here for Ballistix, you know, and they've already read game facts. They know how to get the best ending.
This is the easiest choose-your-own-adventure. You open to any page, and it's like, I wonder how I win this time. I was never quite that fortunate whenever I used to do those books. You realize, Wolf, that like there's some people that don't know what choose-your-own-adventure is.
I know, man. I used to read the Goosebumps ones.
Oh my God,
my parents
so
hated it.
good.
They were like, read a real book. I was like, but this is fun. It's like a video game, but it's a book, and I'm reading, so...
Those were by far the best non-video game experience I had growing up.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys have not read those, then go do it. You'll know exactly what it feels like to be Ballistix if you're good enough at them.
Well, Rapid, should we just cast it in this game? Let's do it. All right, Cleanse goes down. Judy jumps into Hall of Stems.
G. Wow. I mean, Ballistix are putting up a fight, right? They know that this is pretty much do or die. Although I think it's going to be a whole lot less of the do and more of the die. Judy jumping in. Frank is going to try to come in there, but he takes way too much damage. The bunker just totally cancels everything out, even with the X-Strike on top. And another deflect. It's still going to be Frankel's untimely demise and a whole lot of death on the side of Miracle. Blue Beetle will be the next to fall.
SDE just doing so much damage. Look at the health meters fall. Look at the core go down. Ballistix taking the 2-0 here with the Lunara pick. The Chromie pick at the end with the Malthael just simply did not pay off. And SDE fans,